Talked about winning championships. They're a champion. They've won the biggest championship, and that's a championship of life.
The Life Championship Top 10 is a smacking of the podcast presentation. Welcome back to another installment of the Life Championship Top 10. Please stand by as we tell you our voter ballots for this week.
Number 10, the Illinois Fighting Illini. Anybody pay attention to them this week?
Penn State plays next.
Illinois had expectations, and they won some tough games last year and lost some close ones and came in with pretty much the same team. So Illinois had some expectations. So the fact that they've lost already makes them a legitimate contender at number 10.
So let me just go ahead and let y'all know exactly why this is happening is because they just lost to the Kansas Jayhawks.
Yes, who are good.
They're not bad.
Yeah, they were good last year.
This year so far.
Yeah, they came around last year. I think they got. I can't remember. Listen, I'm bad with names, but from what I heard from the scouting report from Illinois was that they had a very athletic quarterback at the helm, and they said that he would give defenses a tough time. But for them to start out 0-2, but here's the thing, though. Penn State, granted they're number 7, and they're going up against an 0-2 team. The line's only 14.5. But Illinois was actually listed as a possible trap game for Penn State.
There's a certain amount of respect for Illinois, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm not buying into that this week. I think Penn State's going to probably beat them 40-17.
Where's that game at? Where's that game at?
It's at Illinois.
There's some of it right there. Number 9, the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Ooh.
They almost went down to App State this week, and
yes, they did.
I'm guessing that's what got them in this list.
So that was a great game, and to go into overtime like that, I'd like to check it out on the replay. Actually, we was watching this with Bailey. We were watching the scores and stuff go by, and I was real interested in it. But there was a lot of expectations for North Carolina too, from to almost fall to an FCS school.
Not anymore. We're glad to see you here.
App State was getting 19.5 points, and I took them on my sheet. Of course, they won for me, but you got to remember, too, man, App State a couple of years ago was beating Penn State. So give App State a little credit. They played tough, but North Carolina should have really handled them, manhandled them. But, yeah, that was a surprise. North Carolina almost lost to App State.
We can take a step back, though, because maybe we'll kind of give – because, what happens if North Carolina plays excellent throughout the rest of the season, but App State shows up in the playoffs?
That's true. They have
Blazers are not going to be upset about that. Southern, I'm still reeling about that. There was something about the Alabama game. I can't remember. Something happened in that game, but the UAB lost, and I'm really upset about that.
Sad day.
Thankfully, they're not on the Life Championship poll.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that yet.
For first season, everybody needs to back up. Just slow your roll.
Shannon, you don't know that they're not on the Life Championship poll yet.
Man, shut the fuck up. I will end this podcast right now and make y'all do it.
Number 8, the Florida Gators.
Terrible.
But
Any
do they
other
belong
thoughts
in this poll, though? I mean, according to our rules and our barometrics here, and it's a very tight regimen, tight ship that we run here at the Life Championship.
Yes.
Speaking of Life Championship, I've got to also, because I know they're not going to make a list, but we do need to go ahead and give Arkansas State one more last hurrah. Jones, who is actually the inventor of the Life Championship.
Yeah, he invented it from scratch.
From scratch.
He didn't know at that time when he made that statement about the champions of life that there would be a Life Championship. But by God, he something beautiful was birthed.
We need to bronze a statue of Bujo.
Shit, man,
and we'll call it the Bujo.
Something.
What?
That's like money. That's like real money. That's like a trip to Walmart.
Can we do it with aluminum foil or something?
Yeah,
I think now look, we can do it with aluminum foil and get some of that Rust-Oleum paint. We can get like a copper color.
We let your daughter do it, Shannon. This will be more realistic.
I'm not having my daughter help paint for the show.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, anyway. She's got to wait till she's 13 for that sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't just.
How come everybody I have ever talked to that got fucked up always says the same thing? They always started at age 13.
Well, I didn't. I actually was a late bloomer. I started at age 18, like a good
Really?
boy. Yeah, and then I got I definitely did a lot of catching up.
Oh, I was drinking at age 13, smoking pot at 17.
That does not surprise me a bit.
Smoking in non-smoking areas.
Yeah.
Apartment win.
I didn't start smoking until I was 22.
I'm afraid to say, guys.
I haven't started smoking yet. I'm thinking about it though.
You should.
I wish I could quit.
Number 7, the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Again, I guess that about our Florida Gators. I mean, really, was Nebraska going to make a run for the title, for any title at all?
They're making a run for the live title.
I don't.
Now, they're not going to make it because they'll lose enough games and they'll be disqualified at some point. Number 6, the Tennessee Volunteers. They're still hanging around.
Sweet.
Makes me happy too. They belong on this list just because they're the Tennessee Volunteers. I mean, I can't really go no deeper than that because it really matters. And their quarterback just don't look that good. I think they could lose to Kentucky, actually.
I hope they lose.
Wait a second. I've lost you guys. Are we still talking about Colorado?
No. We're on to the Tennessee. We're on to the Tennessee Volunteers now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Well, Tennessee got to play Florida.
That's this week.
Yes, this weekend. And then Florida will be beat up from having played Tennessee, and then they'll face Kentucky. It's possible Florida could be 0-4.
Third in the East, I guess.
Yeah.
Second in the East. I don't know what happens here.
Florida's a dumpster fire this year.
They're not great.
They could be 0-4.
Yeah. There's not much to say about Tennessee. Tennessee's undefeated. They look like they could get beat if they play the right team. I don't think Florida's the right team, but you never fucking know.
There you go. But I don't believe Tennessee's quarterback is that great. And the system that they got there, I think there's film on it now. And Tennessee has recruited fairly well, actually, but I don't think they're in the top tier of the SEC where the fans think they are. And in honor of
all fans think they are, though.
They sure do.
They're high cotton right now, bless their hearts.
All right. So speaking of bless their heart, bless Jimbo Fisher's heart. His Texas A&M Aggies come in at number 5 this week.
I think they should be higher, but whatever.
They really should.
Oh yeah.
So little with so much.
Yeah, I think Texas A&M's a big disappointment this year.
They're a big steamy turd, and you know it.
And look, I've said this time and time again on the show. It's about development. It's about player development. You can have a bunch of 3-stars come out and still get a 9-win season if you know how to develop them right and have a good game plan. Something sinister is brewing in Texas A&M. There, in College Station, there is something. There's a dark brown fog. He's got to keep beating Ohio State.
Number 4, the Wisconsin Badgers.
Ooh.
Yeah, Washington State is not a team they're supposed to lose to. Even a good Washington State squad. Which,
Washington State beat them.
I believe they're now 2-0, right?
Washington State beat them last year in Wisconsin. So this year they went to Pullman. I don't think it's that big of a shocker that they lose again.
Oh, there you go.
What's funny is from the Big Ten view, point of view, that Wisconsin was going to win the West. I don't know about that. I think Iowa's probably going to win the West.
And then they're going to lay an egg in the championship game?
Probably.
This right here is a big shout out to Shannon Russell. LSU Tigers are the number 3 live championship team for this week.
Yay! It's well deserved.
Yeah, that first week 1 loss was kind of a shocker. I didn't expect them to lose. Well, if they lost, I didn't think they would lose by that much. I thought it would be, LSU and Florida State, somewhere, game decided by a touchdown or less. But yeah, LSU dropped the major shit egg in that second half. I'd put LSU right where they're at.
I think he's going to do just fine down there, but yeah, there's still some work to be done.
Oh yeah,
I second that.
All right, so next I want to give a shout out to Clemson Dane Kelly,
woohoo!
who convenient, and I just want to go ahead and y'all give me a second here. He conveniently forgot to update his poll last week and put Clemson on the poll. This week he totally remembered to put Bama at the top of the poll, but still did not include Clemson in his top 10.
Yeah, that was another team that dropped a big third, man, week 1.
Sean Devine is the only person that did not have Alabama at number 1.
Thank you.
He had him at number 3.
Number 2, though, weren't they?
Is there any guesses who Sean Devine had at number 1? Anybody? What?
LSU.
Yes, you're correct. LSU.
Boy, I know my participants.
Yeah, LSU.
He had Alabama at number 3. Everybody else had him at number 1.
And I'm going to go ahead and just reiterate, I really, really, really don't think that Milroe is as bad as everybody's saying he is.
I agree with you. He's got a lot of potential, Shannon.
I mean, and I think the potential is almost fully realized. That cake is still got, when you put the cake in it, take the cake out of the oven, you put the knife in it, and you pull it out. There's just a little bit of wet in there.
I'll tell you what, I was actually surprised that Saban didn't pull him after that second pick.
So amazing to me.
I'm with you on that, Chris. Nobody else.
I was like, man, he threw 2 picks. Bama's running game. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to repeat what I said to Doug earlier. A lot of people didn't factor in that Texas was coming into Bryant Denny with revenge on their mind from last year. So, when you got a team that comes in with revenge, when you got a team that's coming in and they're playing you on the revenge factor, and here's what I said to Doug too. Texas won because they played a more flawless game than Bama did. Bama kind of beat themselves.
Yeah, I'll stop you right there, Chris, because Bama had how many penalties again? How many penalty yards?
10.
Again,
they had 10 for 95.
How many sacks did they have? I mean, there was 5 breakdowns in some pretty key spots. Missed assignments, seams that are wide ass open, and Milroe still trying to throw the ball, things like that. I mean, but every single thing that I saw, which definitely led to if Bama had tightened up just probably about maybe a quarter of those, I think that would have been an overtime game. I really
possibly. I'll tell you one thing that I noticed in the Alabama game that I actually find a little bit shocking was watching Bama fans leave with 4 minutes left on the clock. I was like, whoa. I said, you hardly would ever see any Bama faithfuls leaving with 4 minutes left on the clock. And that right there is the telltale sign.
That Tuscaloosa traffic is hell.
It really is.
Oh, give me that excuse. They were leaving because they knew that game was over.
Right, and they knew about the traffic.
We have family things to do. We're family people.
Dude, they knew. They also knew about the traffic
all afternoon and get drunk.
All right, so here's what I got to say, and this is to every fucking Bama hater out there. And Chris, I'm not saying you are, but you know who you are out there. Fuck you, motherfuckers. This is the last time you'll see Alabama #1 this year.
Fuck your team.
You know, like I said, man, if there's any coach today that needs to go out on top, is Nick Saban. Because, like I said, he's coached the greatest dynasty in college football.
Now, breaking news: Chris Colley is calling it on this show that Nick Saban will enjoy his last national championship this year. I love it. Dirty pitch.
Here is our live 10 voters for 2023. Alex Bryan, Kyle Golick, Clemson Dane, Dr. Balls, Jerry Looney, Jamie Gibson, and Sean Devine. Take a moment to appreciate the unwavering effort they give to bring you the most prestigious top 10 list in college football.